So my neighbor had to take down his slide. His slide busted here, unfortunately. Started cracking over 9 years. So that's where the slide was. All right, so he's, all thumbs. And he wanted to know what he should do. Now, I wanted to put pickets up, just like over here, but the old lady wanted to put a black chalkboard on the inside. So I said, I think I got a piece of plywood, but it's bowing a little bit. But perfect cut. Made a. All right, so I do have to say I'm a little upset. I always try to help people, and I'm not upset at that, but I had to ruin my work table. It was the only piece of 1/4-inch ply that I had, and I was loving it, using my Tough Built sawhorses as a table, but I had to destroy it. So I had to cut a piece 34 by 34. So I actually bit the bullet and destroyed my tabletop workstation, workbench. But always help a neighbor, because you never know when you might need some. But obviously this video is about the newer Hart Pro Grade tape measures. All right, so they have a couple different models. This is their top of the line, okay? Like you saw, they got a 25-foot and a 30-foot, and I'm pretty impressed. All right, I just used it, obviously, to measure my cuts. It's a cross between, and a lot of you guys probably don't have this because it's a really hard tape measure to kind of find, but it's kind of like the construction and the design of the Ryobi 25-foot tape measure, with a lot of features of the 2016 to 2019 Milwaukee tape measure. All right, so obviously they changed a lot of these 2020 Milwaukee tape measures, a lot more standout, kind of redesigned with some wide blade models. They totally redesigned the stud, but it's a pretty nice tape measure. Again, they have a couple cheaper models. Actually, I think they have 2 other models. They have a really cheap, I think there's one, again, well, this is a combo, but they do have at least one other version that is more of a DIY tape measure. But these, again, they're marketing as their Pro Grade. So let's just go over it real quick. So you have a lot of rubber on this, and it's a pretty compact tape measure, and that's what I kind of like about it. Rubber everywhere. So again, if you do kind of drop this, you have a lot of protection. All right, really everywhere. The only spot that you do drop it is on the hook here. You might have some issues, but anywhere else you're pretty protected everywhere else. All right, so I like that. Again, small, compact, pretty lightweight, really nice blade. I'm gonna show you here. So again, going over it, you got a nice little belt hook in the back with the Hart logo with the model number. All right, it's magnetic. All right, now there's one thing that I'm kind of glad that they did, but I wish they kind of would have stuck with the Milwaukee design of the tape measure. Now, I'm bringing up Milwaukee only because obviously TTI owns Hart, right? Fully owns Hart, like they fully own Milwaukee. Again, Ryobi and Rigid, that's more of a, licensing type of deal with them to a degree. I'm not going to go into that, but they own Hart 100%, and they did a pretty good job with this tape measure. Now, the blade stop. Now, if you're familiar with Milwaukee's tape measures, they kind of have that finger blade stop, which is, very easy. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on the blade to kind of get it to stop where you want it. The one thing I've kind of noticed with the Hart here, and again, you have a push button blade stop, and you got a nice hook on it. And I really like the measurements on this blade here. All right, it's a little bit wider than the Ryobi, and again, it's a much better blade than that cheap. The Ryobi blade on the Ryobi tape measure, again, I think it only comes in a 25 footer. I don't even know if they sell it anymore, but that had possibly the worst blade I've ever seen on a tape measure. You only had like 6 feet of stand out. It crinkled or bent very easily. And the only thing great about it is the actual size of it. It's a real small, compact tape measure, which I like, but the blade is just terrible. And the measurements, again, are very hard to kind of read, almost like the DeWalt. But measurements are very clear, very easy. And again, you got a nice hook there. But with the blade stop, okay, you kind of have to press kind of hard. All right, if you don't kind of get the, see how I didn't really even let go of it. Right now, again, it's fine, but you got to put a lot of pressure on that button to get this to stay stopped at the measurement you want. All right, not a big deal. It does work. It is a great feature, and maybe over time it'll kind of work in and be a little bit better, but you do have to put a little bit more pressure than you would with just the old basic non-button, almost like technology kind of. Again, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. But whatever, Hart decided to put a button instead of just pressing down on the blade like the older Milwaukees or the new ones. I don't know, I don't have one of the newer Milwaukee, so I can't tell you. But what's also great is that it is magnetic, and it has really a nice bite on it. All right, you know, I mean, yeah, you got a pretty good bite on this. I mean, I'm trying to pull it off and I can't really do it. So they did a really nice job. Now I'm using that finger stop. I mean, yeah, the finger stop's fine. I just like, you know, the Milwaukee better. I shouldn't even say that was a bad part of this tape. Standout, you're going to get 11 feet. All right. And you're going to get the same exact, and obviously you have the same exact features on the 30 foot. So, you know, I'll kind of show you. And I'll show you a size comparison to the Milwaukee and maybe even the Ryobi. But let's check the standout. All right. And really nice hook, as you can see. All right, I'm at 8 feet right here. Let's try to do 9. All right, no problem with 9. All right, again, and I don't see any issues with this probably going to 11 like they say. Remember, my favorite are the old school Milwaukees, and they only have 9 feet of standout. So I'm pretty impressed. Or the old school Milwaukees. All right. Now again, should I have done that? No, but that is probably something that's going to happen out in the field. And the fact that that bent already, maybe this is a better angle. All right. Now you do have a limited lifetime warranty. Okay. But I have to say all right, so pretty much the same story with the 30 foot. Not going to go too in depth with the 30 foot. Again, you got the same features. You got the push button stop. You got the magnetic hook. You know, same rubber over molds. You got the belt clip. All right, and you got your normal stop right here. All right, so for $20, guys, I think these are probably two, because remember, you're basically paying $10 a piece. And if you have priced any of, you know, these other brands 30-foot tape measures, they're not cheap. All right, now obviously at certain times of the year there's deals, and you know, who's to say they might not have a deal on this at some point. You know, it's $19.99, and I'm sure they have clearance deals all the time, but maybe during holidays, because this will be really the first Christmas that we'll kind of are going to see what Walmart does pricing wise and deal wise with some of this Hart stuff. But I mean, $14.99 if this ever goes down to, I mean, 11 feet to stand out. I do want to compare it to the Milwaukee. Okay, this is the 25-foot. Now again, it kind of, I should really show you the Ryobi. I'll show you the Ryobi, trust me. That might just not going to be this video, but again, has the almost exact same build, construction, and looks of the Ryobi 25-foot tape measure, except it's a lot more rubber. You don't have the push button stop, you don't have the magnetic hook, but kind of same design. But remember, this is the 25-foot magnetic. This is the 2016 to 2019, you know, Milwaukee magnetic tape measure. Probably my favorite tape measure. And here you see their finger stop, which sometimes the simplest way is the best way. Again, not saying that the finger stop here, it works, it's fine, but you know, just putting your finger here works too. But remember, this was a $26 tape measure. Okay, both of these are $19.99. all right, pretty much the same size. All right, the Hart might be a little bit taller, but the Milwaukee might be a little bit wider. And remember, this only has 9 feet of standout. All right, obviously 2020 they started totally redesigning their tapes. This is still one of my favorite tapes in the world. I've only used their new, I guess, I mean, they come out with new ones all the time. I don't know. They're the one that they had during Christmas. My man Samuel Williams sent me one, and I didn't really like it too much. But I think, I don't know if he used it. It kind of had a weird bent hook on it. All right. I will say the magnetic feature on the old Milwaukee here seems to be a little bit stronger than the Hart. Yeah, not really. No, I take that back. It's probably identical. It's just this one's beaten up. Actually got like all kinds of hair on it. But anyway, I think there's a lot of value here, guys. All right, but remember, like I said, a lot of the new Milwaukee tapes now have, you know, 12, 14, 16 feet of standout. And remember, to get that, what they had to do was really widen this blade. Okay, now the one different thing, remember, you kind of get what you pay for to a degree, right? You don't have the double-sided measurements on the Hart, and you don't have any coating. All right, this is the area where it tends to take the most abuse, is in that 6-inch, you know, 5 to 6 inch area. You know, it's always hooking on to something. It could hit something. You know, you need a little bit extra kind of protection. The old school Milwaukee, you kind of have this film on here up to 6 inches. All right, that's to kind of strengthen the tape, but also if you kind of, you know, hit it, like this, okay, you won't have that problem with the Milwaukee. All right, so I was just using it, you saw it, and it crinkled up one time. It hit something. It probably hit the edge of that piece of wood right there. So not a big deal, really my fault, but you know, that's kind of why. But the measurements are really nice and big, and to get 11 feet of standout out of, you know, really a normal sized blade here, I mean, it does have a nice curl to it, and that's why the DeWalt's get such good standout. But I would have liked to have seen, you know, if they are calling this the Pro line of tape measures from Hart, one, you need double-sided measurements, and two, I would like some type of coating on the actual tape at the end. But all in all, guys, I think you get a lot for your money here, guys. What can I say? $19.99 for a 30 and a 25. They do have a lower quality model than this, a cheaper model than this. I don't believe you can get these individually, but I could be wrong. I just searched the, you know, the pro grade Hart tape measures, and this 2-pack was the only thing that came up. Maybe if I searched a little bit more, you can buy these individually. I don't know. Now the other model that is cheaper, that I think you obviously can buy one. You know, you don't have to buy a 2-pack. I think that comes in a 1-pack, whether you get the 16, 25, and I think they offer a 30. This might be the only 30 foot that Hart offers, but I think that they do offer a 30 in that other model that is cheaper. But I think that, you know, guys, you know, again, this stuff is made for the DIY guy, okay? This is going to work great for them, all right? Again, another product from Hart, you know, from TTI. They've been in the game. They know what they're doing, and they know how to make good quality stuff, right? They've been doing it for a while. A lot of the, you know, design, a lot of the features, a lot of the, you know, construction and engineering of some of the Hart stuff. Obviously, a lot of it is from Ryobi, but again, TTI. But every now and then you do see some very similar similarities to some of the Milwaukee stuff, believe it or not. But all in all, guys, I think this is a great buy for 20 bucks. I don't think you can beat it with a bat. But again, if you're a pro, probably wouldn't, you know, I don't know. You can try them. I mean, they're $20. And again, if you're, you know, careful, you're not doing crazy stuff with them, I think you'll be fine. Even if you're a pro with these, you know, a carpenter, you're doing measurements, you know, trim carpenter, whatever. All right, folks, we'll catch you.